Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So I haven't flown anywhere since November of 2019. It's the second longest time in my life I didn't fly. I developed a strong fear of flying just after 9/11, and I don't fear the terrorism or the crashes anymore. What I fear more now is the social atmosphere. I have a big problem with loud, crowded environments. I've had difficulties on airplanes before, and then I watch on the news. You have these people who get into these air rage situations. I don't want to be around that, and so. I talked to some of my friends who have flown, some quite extensively, and they told me that it's no big deal anymore. At the time, there was a lot of upsets regarding people having to wear a mask, and most countries have lifted the mandates, so it shouldn't be a problem. So I might think about it. So I was looking for my old suitcase to clean it out and see. Just to relive some of my past memories, I came upon a moment of sadness. I competed in the 2019 Computer Olympiad, and it was held in Macau. Let me see if it says it here. Oh, it doesn't say Macau. But I had a difficult time in Macau because I couldn't find any of my favorite foods. You got to understand, Macau's a gambling town. It's kind of like going to Las Vegas and trying to look for your favorite natural food. You're not going to find it, right? People are too busy gambling to care about healthy foods. And so I got very depressed. I remember the first day there, I went to several corner stores and I quickly got myself into a lot of sadness. And so I wanted to end the trip early, but when I logged on to see how much it would cost to change the flight back, it was astronomical. It was more than I paid for the trip initially. And I also thought about transferring from to take a trip to Taiwan from Macau. That I could have afforded, but I didn't want all the hassles of trying to connect and everything like that. So I was stuck. And I should have done my research on this. I now know when I travel, I got a conference possibly in Hungary, and I did a lot of reading about food there. I talked to a few people who have traveled to Hungary, so good thing I know a few people, and that's good. I actually like it that way because when I was doing the research, it made me feel like I already took a trip to Hungary. Now I could take a more permanent trip there, right? It did, so that was very nice. Now I came upon another moment of sadness. Eventually, I found a restaurant that was suitable, and I ended up eating there every day, sometimes twice in the same day, and they were very nice to me. And so, just a moment of sadness. After I got to know the people at this restaurant, I almost wanted to go back to Macau for a vacation some other time. Of course, the following year, somebody not too far from Macau decided to eat something crazy, right? And so as a result, we all couldn't go back there for some time. And instead, I made some new friends here in the United States, in Wallace, Idaho, here in Phoenix, and Missoula, and Tana. And it was not the end of the world. But I'll think about traveling back to. Unfortunately, I missed out. I was hoping earlier in the year, I was hoping for the anniversary of Mary Curry discovering polonium. I would visit. There's a statue of Mary Curry in downtown Warsaw, and I actually made a small piece of jewelry for her using a raw material that she can now use to continue her research on her favorite element, right? And in the process of bringing the bracelet to Poland, some of it might even activate to her favorite element. I was planning on putting it on her wrist and to celebrate her 125th anniversary. I might go there. It's not far from Hungary. All right, so we count down to my return to flight mission, right? I remember my other return to flight. I had a big fear of flying for 10 years. And eventually, my PhD advisor wanted me to give a presentation in Rome. And I was so excited about visiting another country, I momentarily forgot I was even flying. Before I knew it, I was on a plane from Rochester, New York to Dulles, Washington, D.C. And when I got to Dulles, I learned that there had been a memorial flag placed on the gate that Flight 77 had left. And when I visited that gate, it reinforced the idea that it was no big deal. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.